to another episode of Game and Dudes Podcast. I am Bren.
I'm Spidey. What's up? It's Wednesday,
Up, it's Wednesday, my
and
dudes.
and I'm gonna make a promise to these people. If you want to hear this early, listen to the audio version first. That's just the
Yeah,
truth. That's
because we're not reacting to anything, so you don't really need to be
no,
watching the
no,
video
no.
if you don't feel like it this time around.
You gotta listen to the audio version first.
We just hit 1 million subscribers on our YouTube, so
Oh sure, that's.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
1 million subscribers, dude. We have almost
we'd be quitting our jobs. We'd be
Oh,
quitting our
yeah.
jobs and doing a podcast full time.
There's an episode away from we're an episode away from episode 100, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I do kind of feel like our episodes are getting out there.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, maybe maybe there's a charm to that. You know, I'm not saying that needs to change.
I mean, it's like video games. Surprisingly, the topic.
Not that we have to just talk about video games.
No.
That's because we already said that from the get go.
Yeah.
But I feel like I probably should be doing a little more research for topics at least every week because we're kind of
or at least
lately we just kind of pop on and we're like, what is there?
No, next time if I end up getting one, I'm gonna actually not even research, just plan it out. If I want to talk about something, I'll actually not just go off the cuff like rah 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 rah, because anyone can say it. Thankfully,
I think next week I'm going to try to actually look for topics.
Yeah, and you may not. Yeah, you may have to go beyond the news, my man. You may have to think about something.
We'll have to. That too, yeah.
Like if that's what we used to do.
All the news is just Starfield.
Yeah, and
which we're excited for.
Oh my gosh, dude! I am so pumped for Starfield. It's nice to finally have a game I can look forward to instead of being like.
We reacted to Starfield on here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Video? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that was a great video.
Oh, dude, that honestly, that solidified my. I always have an enthusiasm for Bethesda. I can't even talk. I'm so excited because I can't speak clearly.
So yeah, that comes out. Is it tomorrow or the next day?
Next day, Friday, my man. That's when my notes are finished up for this chapter. So.
Oh dang! So we have the whole weekend to just crush it if we get it.
Yeah. Not only that, I'll probably have 50 characters made in one day because that happens all the time. I don't do the main quest at all. I finish the side quests I like, and then I make another character with different attributes. That's basically how I play it every time. You have no idea how many times I've restarted Oblivion. Recently, I restarted it like probably 3-4 times in 1 year. So
there's so many games I need to play. I need to try that more, give that more of a chance, dude. I know we were saying like we talk about gaming being stale, but right now specifically, it's like picking up.
Yeah,
we got Starfield. We got Armored Core 6, which I really want to get super bad, and also has an online multiplayer, which is insane.
I've seen people talk about it. What is it? Like a mecha
It's like a
game?
mech custom game. It's kind of like a custom Robo, but it's like Gundam. It's like Gundam, but not. It is like Gundam, is that they're giant mechs and you're like a pilot of them.
Robotech was cool. You could like fly around and
but it's like on crack. The customization in this game is like absurd. There's so many different weapons and mech parts to change. You can change their legs, give them jetpacks.
Actual customization, not just switch the character model.
Look at your colors are different. It's like
that happened with Robotech. It was more
What?
It was more so like different models. It wasn't really.
Robotech is a great game, yeah.
But it was not. It was customization.
Like this, This is like. It's like I watched, and apparently it's super hard too, because people who make Dark Souls make it.
Oh boy, one of those boys coming in.
So it is hard, of course, but I was watching like there's like a PvP tournament already, like 9 days ago. It just came out, and I was watching. I was watching the PvP, and I was like, this looks incredibly interesting, the PvP. But I'm sure to get into a game like that and do PvP, you'd have to grind your balls off on it.
Oh, guaranteed.
Right now. Honestly, right now, it's just hard for me to want to buy a game. Starfield I'll probably buy just because I've been looking for a one-player game to play, and like
And it's freaking like Bethesda is just the
And
only
it's just
company I
it
can count
it
on.
immerses you.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm gonna play a single player game, I might as well be picking Starfield. But I'm
Now,
saying there's a lot of good games coming
yeah,
out that I want. You know, we're supposed to be getting Hades 2 coming out. Birthday's
yeah.
coming up. Yeah, try to see if you catch
I
that.
need to actually
Uh,
play, and then people are like, "What in the world?" Okay, so to preface, I will. That's something I'm gonna do now.
yeah, go for it, man.
Some guy had the same channel name as my old channel.
Seth Buskus.
Yes, that's what it used to be called before.
Change it to Spidey Seth.
Yeah, and I changed it before all the Tobuscus stuff came out. I was just like, I don't want this name.
Yeah.
But he, yeah, after all my, I mean, he became a complete delinquent. Um,
Yeah. I believe some of this stuff's alleged, but yeah.
and basically, this guy copied it, and he said something about Evil Within coming out and his birthday coming up out of nowhere in the video. There was
And yeah,
no prompted question,
birthday
nothing.
coming up.
He just says it like out of
Evil
nowhere.
Within coming out. Birthday coming
What
up.
is he? He's like super excited. Evil Within 2, it was the second one. Evil Within 2's coming out because the first one was already out at the time. I actually wanted to play that game.
Realistically, you just had to be there, but it was very funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Well,
And
I mean, what you said is funny enough.
And we've basically referenced it ever since. That was years ago.
Oh yeah, dude. Before we came up with this, way before, because this is 2 years old now. This is
Man, time flies.
I know. It feels like yesterday.
We haven't really missed any episodes.
No, we haven't. And
I can't believe we've committed to this.
100. We're getting close.
I'm at a point now where it's just like I just love doing it.
It's like at this. It's not like my YouTube where I have to sit down and come up with an idea. It's like I can just
Which
sit
we
here
should
and
do a
talk.
little more research, but yes.
It's like, well, I'm saying what's nice is
I like the episodes where we don't as bad. But...
like when I mean come up with an idea, I mean like you're sitting there for hours looking for something that's interesting. Because because gaming's been so stale, I found nothing interesting to talk about. It's like, and Starfield's coming out, so any of the stuff that I wanted to play, like, oh, I wanted to do a review on that Mickey Mouse game, like a full look through with it. It's like I can't do that now because
Starfield's
gonna suck up my time. I want to talk about old Zelda a little bit. That's probably what I'll do. I want to make fun of Nintendo for their policies.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, what we're saying is we're gonna try a little harder with the topics.
Yeah,
I think.
mean, we gotta
Whether
at least
it be from our brain.
Yeah,
Especially, is our next episode the 100th episode?
Yeah, it is. It's the 100th. It might be.
Well, we really got to think of something.
I'll have to.
We might have already passed it.
No, we're not past it. We might be 99. Yeah, we're 99. So.
Yeah. So it would be. We need to think us hard for something for that.
100%. Honestly, we're sitting here like chickens with our heads cut off. But anywho, so recently, this is like a desperate last news thing that I heard. This dude who was just, he was excited for Starfield. He got a leaked copy of it. He got a copy of it somehow early.
It's just like, how? Wouldn't that mean that he either had to do like hacking, right?
He must have guaranteed he
or he knows someone on the inside.
Yeah, someone helped him. There's no way this guy wasn't like the hardcore PC gamer nerd who's like, oh, I'll do whatever I have to get in.
Some guy from the company helped him.
Had to have.
Yeah, an inside guy, basically.
Had to have, because he was just, no offense, he was a console gamer, and there's no way they're thinking, dude, I can get this leaked copy of this. Like, there's no way they have this computer going.
Is Starfield coming out on? It's coming out. Yeah, it is coming out on console, obviously.
Which,
dude, I have been having to fight myself to not get a PS5, and I don't know why.
It's because you want Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank looked pretty good.
I actually need to play Ratchet and Clank.
Those games are so fun.
I heard the first one was really good. Never
played
it. I'm surprised you played it.
Oh yeah, I love because it
See,
was kind of
Portland.
like Jack. It was around the
Yeah.
same time as Jack and
Well,
Dexter.
I heard it was like an edgier Jack and Daxter, like the
It
jokes.
is, but Jack and Dexter I loved, and that was a game that was similar. So I played Ratchet and Clank after.
Yeah, I wish I would have done that. I might go back to the PS2 ones because I heard those were amazing.
So I was just like,
You're like, I want this so bad. I've had that happen
yeah,
before.
and then it's also I know this is so lame because PCs are way better. For some reason, one of the only games I've been wanting to play has been Fortnite, and I've been playing it so much. First time in my life I completed the Fortnite Battle Pass to its entirety and with the extra awards last season, and that's not a lot to some of you, but for me,
Yeah.
that's a ton. But
There,
on my PC. It doesn't matter. My graphics are as low as they possibly can. They can't be. They're basically mobile graphics, so I should be getting the most insane FPS.
oh. Yeah, is this on your laptop?
No, this thing.
Oh, that's weird. Might
Actually, my laptop I think stays at 60
might want
potentially
to do
more
a
frequently.
the old restart on the old full thing, my boy.
Oh,
Restart link ding. Yeah, I've
like the
debated
whole
on.
computer,
Yeah, I've been debating on it
like
honestly.
wipe everything.
Yeah, I've been debating on it because it's like
Hmm.
just because I'm kind of tired of having a bunch of crap on my hard drive. For me, it's more like, oh my gosh, the storage space.
Would that actually affect it? Like my
It does,
frame
dude.
rate?
Dude, there are times when my computer ran slow, dude. I've had plenty of computers that ran really poorly, and
Well, basically, like so I'm frame dropping. It's not like I'll just feel it for a second and it'll drop to like 40 and then back up to 60 or it'll be like to 50 back up, and it's like when you're in build fights in Fortnite that
no,
matters.
no, it ruins everything.
So it's like I'm like, man, I can't even get a consistent 60 frames per second on this thing
You
when I
guys,
easily should be
yeah,
able to.
you guys are just unlucky with this stuff, man.
In Nvidia, I update my drivers and I'm looking on the internet.
Uh,
I'm like, how am I dropping frames right
I
now?
haven't updated it.
Is it because I have it capped at 60? Should I be saying unlimited?
Well,
Which
it's
doesn't
fine.
even matter because
Yeah,
I'm still gonna feel it drop because it still goes from 120 to like 70, so I'm still gonna feel it drop.
sounds
Plus, my
like
freaking screen can't. I have a 60 frames per second screen anyway,
sounds like poor
or
optimization on
160
their
hertz. I
part,
mean,
actually,
yeah, but that wasn't happening to you or Matt.
with your particular build.
Don't we have? What card do you have?
What are your specs?
I have a 1080 Ti.
Same here.
Oh,
I
you
have
do?
16 gigs of RAM and a Core i7 processor. Yeah.
I don't know what my anything else. Is there a way to tell?
Yeah, you can. You just type sysinfo and
Sysinfo?
yeah,
Oh,
or you can just
SYS.
yeah, or you
Oh,
can just
Sysinfo right here. Okay, I see it.
or you can just hit Control Alt Delete and get all that.
And it's hardware resources or components?
Just hit Control Alt
System
Delete.
summary. System
That
summary.
one's easier to find the specs on. I usually use
Oh, here it
Task
is.
Manager.
I have a Core i7.
I got 16 gigs of RAM. Actually, no. What I was saying is true, dude. My computer has ran worse when it had a bunch of crap on it. That's just
Oh,
how
I
it
have
is.
16 gigs of RAM as well.
Yeah, dude. You have to. I'm gonna be honest, man. That's like a thing you gotta do. You gotta restart because honestly,
Wait, what is the 4770K after the i7 mean?
it's a different. Yeah, these are different like brands. So we both have i7s, but they're different
Correct.
levels of i7s. They're like different. So there's multiple different.
Yeah, like a newer.
versions.
There's like newer and older models.
And
What's yours?
Mine's a. So what did you say yours was?
4770K, so
7
4770K.
7,000. I think I got like 7820, like 7,820.
So I'd imagine that means that yours is
Yeah.
newer than mine. How many
Yes.
cores do you have?
I think I have like 8 cores. Let me check this out. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
I have 4.
Yeah, I got 8 cores. Yeah, I got 8.
But is that gonna? Would that? I don't think that
Yeah,
helps the cores matter for frame rate, does it?
that might actually that might affect it because okay, my brain's got to work. So the processor is what handles that frame rate stuff. That's what's probably causing your snag is the processor, not the graphics card. The graphics card can
My
run.
CPU.
Yeah, your CPU. It's probably the CPU because
But
the
other games, I don't get frame drops in Call of Duty.
well for different here's what people don't understand. For different specs, depending on what your specs are for a certain game, I've seen full lists of like tests with different CPUs and such, like different models of the same thing.
Okay.
So it could be completely different. Like ours could run completely different for certain games. Like yours may do better on some other game. Mine may do better on some other game. Like there's my Warzone for Warzone, my computer would heat up like a hot grill. It was like whoosh.
Mine gets. It definitely isn't like it doesn't get that hot, but it gets you know steamy. But I never felt frame drops because you can feel it.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
dude,
you like notice it.
you definitely can
Even if
feel
it's
it.
just 10, I can feel that it's like a stutter. You'll get a little stutter.
It's like comparing my laptop to my rig. The CPU, like, dude, if I tried to do anything on my laptop, like any actual
But I
intensive
think on my laptop I wasn't frame dropping.
your cores, dude, how many? What's the processor on that guy?
Laptop.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's definitely got to be worse than this. There's no way. It's not.
But the cores,
Well, it's so small. There's no way it has more cores in this thing.
oh yeah, that. Well, that's interesting. Hmm.
But I was kind of frame dropping when I was playing Dad's a little bit too, and Dad's is
Yeah,
insane.
his is insane. I have no idea. I think it might be for Dad's. It might be the way it's built that kind of screws things
Remember, it was
up.
like beeping. It was like beep
no.
beep 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 because I had everything on max,
Yeah,
which I didn't even
his-
mean. It. That's just what it automatically set itself to.
It might be, dude. It might be. You know what
Everyone
I'm
was like,
thinking?
"Dude, switch this special performance mode," which it's in beta, so maybe that's the issue. Maybe
Well,
it's
dude,
the
yeah, this is
special mode that I'm doing.
barely tested. Yeah,
Because they have a mode that's basically like mobile graphics, but on your computer.
yeah.
So it's like, but it helps because you can see everything a lot better
You can.
because there's so much color in Fortnite
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
makes players stick out.
It's very. And not only that, you got. Does it disable foliage or anything like a little bit? Make it less.
You can turn off shadows,
Yeah, so that definitely.
and it makes foliage not as like realistic looking and not as annoying. You can't see through it, which is like fine, but dude. So that what I'm saying is, if I had a console, it would just be running at a FPS that the console can do. It wouldn't
Which is
be
just
like,
yeah.
you gotta check this and
40,
update your
30.
drivers and check out this or this and that's literally it's. I like if I had a PlayStation, wouldn't even be. It has Discord now, so I don't know if I'd be able to do this or not, like video chat on Discord through my PlayStation. But it's like there's a lot of things I couldn't do if I felt like editing a
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
I couldn't
editing
do
a
that
video.
if I felt like.
Honestly, watching videos on a PlayStation and stuff is like one of the worst. Like
Yes.
yeah, it's like I've done it on consoles, dude. I used to pop
Yeah.
videos on my Xbox One. It was the worst.
Yeah, so I'm like, that sucks. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
use it for that. You're right. That is that would be.
You
like,
wouldn't
for
use
that.
it for any.
the web, it's
no,
terrible. It's
no,
terrible.
No. What you use it for is primarily gaming, and if you want to get it, dude, just get it. That's my advice. If you
But
think
there's so much about it that's like, it's like,
It's-
am I gonna use it?
Yeah,
it would
it's-
have to be worth. I wasn't gonna use it. It's just a waste of money. Like use it a
yeah.
lot.
It's like
Just a waste of money.
Yeah, it's like my Switch, dude. Honestly, I wish I didn't even buy this thing, to be honest, because it's just here she is doing nothing, no
I only
Joy-Cons
got.
attached.
I literally got Switch for Pokemon. That is literally when I first bought it. Besides Smash Ultimate, but
That's why for me, like, I just don't even. For me, especially for the purposes I'm going for, like game development and stuff, or just whatever project comes to mind, console would be absolutely useless for me. It would literally, honestly, That's what's frustrating about it. You know, they uh, it
What?
just they're very like they're good for playing games. Let's just be honest here.
Well, that's all. That's
Yeah,
all it is. I mean, that's all. Yeah, but that's it.
yes, and yeah, that's about it.
And it's plug and play, dude. I don't have to
No,
like.
no.
I
Well,
like when it comes to playing video games. I like the thought of being like, oh, you just open a UI. There's no like.
no
It's
crazy
just
stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
here's your game. Play it.
No settings
But
to tweak.
PC is still better. Although I would assume that they can probably run. They probably have better cards in them than our
Yeah,
computers do right now.
nowadays.
But I could just update my graphics card.
Yeah, you could just buy
It's
another
like, oh, there you
graphics
go.
card. Not only that, dude, the consoles are going to get more expensive. They will.
Or maybe a
inevitably.
CPU. Maybe I should
Yeah.
get a new CPU.
That's what's
I don't
nice.
know.
If something breaks down, you can get a replacement and actually fix it, and not
Yes,
send it
there's
to
a
some
lot of
incompetent
perks to
company.
it.
Some incompetent company who's like, "What? We can't fix this." Freaking
'cause
dad couldn't even fix his bloody laptop. He had to do it himself.
Lenovo couldn't. Yeah.
It's like nowadays, yeah, bro. You know what I wish would happen. You know what I really wish would happen. You know what the real problem is? Optimize your freaking game. Optimize
sure.
it.
Oh,
That's the
Fortnite's
real problem.
It's not. It's not Fortnite. It's definitely not Fortnite. Fortnite is incredibly optimized. It is not. It is not them. It is definitely more. It is definitely either something going on with my computer or maybe some kind of settings I have going on. But it's like, yeah, they did such a good job with Fortnite. I mean, you could play
because I played.
What they did is insane.
I played Chapter 3 a couple times, and it can be like.
Well, it's
there were
laggy.
times-
It's laggy. There's like sometimes when you go in, the first couple games will be like choppy. I don't know why.
which is
that
terrible.
happens.
Like, dude, how in this gaming age, how is that acceptable? I'm. You know what? My standards are going higher too. We just
Well, mine
talked
doesn't
about
even. That doesn't even happen. I mean, that doesn't happen even to me anymore. My computer doesn't even do that anymore.
We talked about standards, and I think mine are going higher. If I don't have at launch or any of this stuff, if I don't get something that's actually stable, why would I like? I'm getting that. That's another thing.
Pay for it.
I'm getting so tired of having this happen. I'm tired of having games that don't work when you buy them at launch, regardless of what platform you're on. There's lag or whatever, or there's problems, bugs, glitches. I understand. Every game gets that. But when the glitch is the game not playing correctly, that gets old, bro. Play test your crap. Play test your crap.
But with Fortnite too, though, my laptop runs. It runs it. It was dropping. Some nights it would drop some, but it was like I don't recall it dropping. It's just frustrating when you're like, man, I have a PC. Not that 1080 is an old card, but it's like
It is definitely old.
I'm on the lowest possible graphics, and I can't even hold 60 frames per
I don't
second.
know, man. It might be your build. You might have to do some replacing. There's a lot of...
But it's like yours isn't that much better than mine.
No, it's not.
Your CPU is. I don't know. But
No. Like when it comes to every other spec, no. It's not better.
I don't know how much cores affect. I thought that was like a rendering thing.
Which the game is rendering. Like, that's the whole game.
Like
that.
far away from.
Yeah, it's rendering everything, the world itself.
But would that drop your frames?
Yeah. Dude.
But I mean, would that drop your frames to the point where your computer would notice?
Yeah. Dude, if you're... That's the thing. That's probably why you guys have those issues.
I do think it is when it's rendering, like, I'm going into a new area, it'll like drop because it's like rendering buildings.
Yeah. It's like your CPU's working harder, and you could overclock it, I guess.
How what does that mean?
It's like it makes the clock speed quicker. The clock speed goes
What is
faster.
clock speed for what?
The clock speed handles how fast the CPU is.
Why is it called clock speed?
because there's an internal clock inside of it.
But doesn't that make it get really hot?
It does make it get hot, but it's better than buying a new CPU.
Like too hot?
Depends on what you're. I mean, overclocking is interesting. I've never done.
I know people do it.
I never.
I know people like do it.
I've never went to those realms because I never want to
hurt.
Kill my CPU.
Yours already went past. Yours already is.
Oh yeah, it basically did.
Yours already is a shocker that you.
It survived. Dude, like I was saying, I don't know. Was it just the parts that I got? Like, how did it? Not only. So
I think it was a miracle.
It survived fire.
Survived literal fire, dude.
Literal slight fire, and then. It's just like, and then not only that, every game I've played, it's ran pretty dang well. Like, it's... Of course, I just don't play... You want me to be honest, dude? You want to know my secret? I don't play new games much. I don't play new games much. I don't...
Fortnite's been out for forever.
I'm saying, like, they're making new versions that are completely different in different engines. Like, they're tweaking code and stuff.
Oh, I probably should have said that. Oh, God.
Tweaking code. I mean, it's just how an English person would say it, like a British person. But, come on, like, that's something I never did, because I hate playing new games. I think new games are, like, I know this is going into, like, veering off a ton, but it kind of ties into what I'm saying. I just don't like playing new games. I'll play them for a while, and then I'll be like,
what new game have you tried?
I mean,
Halo Infinite story.
At the time, I played a ton of, like, Fallout was new at the time. Fallout 4.
You loved Fallout 4.
300 hours.
I wasn't gonna count that because you actually liked that.
Yeah, but then I bought games.
I'm wondering what you're saying that you don't.
I bought games like I bought a ton of COD games I don't play. I don't play Halo Infinite, like.
But COD games, like, everyone stops playing those.
True.
I feel like.
But like Halo Infinite, game.
Not everyone, but you know what I mean.
That game had a promise to it. I was so excited.
I know.
And I don't like that. Like I even pick up.
You didn't even like the story. Well, you did.
Yeah,
you said it was not bad. Actually,
the story was good. It's just the problem is the gameplay is like.
You said we're gonna get 10 years of support. 10 years. But they haven't released a single thing about the story. Anything else new to the story at all?
Yeah, I don't like.
Is it even in the works?
I doubt it. Honestly, I think. Dude,
oh yeah, I see what you mean. So
it's like you have Halo Infinite, and then I bought Resident Evil 4 remake because I thought Resident Evil 4 the original.
It's also just an old game.
But I'm saying they added so much to it that it's not even the same thing.
Like content?
Yeah, content, story. They basically recontextualized whole sections to the village added, whole parts of the world revamped entirely. Story different, tone different. Agreed. I'm saying, like, it was basically a new game.
They put a ton of time into it. That's wild.
They put a ton of time into it.
Is Final Fantasy VII like that too? The 3D one remake?
Oh yeah, dude. It's not even the gameplay is not even the same. I heard it's.
Well, I know it's not. I know the gameplay is different.
Story? I have no clue. I never even. You know what's funny about Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy VII is sick.
I played like one game and I was like, yeah. And at the time, that was a new game, and I still wasn't interested in it. Final Fantasy 15. I don't know. It's just
I played Final Fantasy 15 for. I could check Steam. I have it. It was probably for an incredibly short amount of time. I was like, eh.
I don't know, dude. It's just like I don't. Really...
Although Matt told me that game's incredible.
Matt
doesn't say that very often.
I just don't really care, man. It's like everything. You want me to be honest? It's like nothing has blown my mind in a long time.
Now that you say that,
like
why did I stop playing Final Fantasy?
I don't know.
Why did I not finish that? Like, see, that's a game that's like straight up. I could have.
That's what we could call this show. We're both like, Why didn't we finish this game?
Dude, I have so many games. I have Baldur's Gate. Baldur's
Dude.
Gate just came out. That's like basically a giant D&D
Bro.
campaign that everyone's saying is incredible. I haven't even downloaded it. I rebought Street Fighter 6. Haven't re-downloaded that.
You want me to be honest, man?
That's what I'm saying. There's so many games where I'm like, I'm gonna play this, and
Game
I'm like,
overload.
Then I just play Fortnite.
There's almost too many games, dude. Bro. You want me to be honest, man? You don't like. Just
There's too many games.
Just play. Like what I would do. I've done that recently. I just force myself to play the game. I'm like, oh, I could be working on this project for the 100th time. Just have fun with the bloody game. Stop thinking about.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about how, oh, I could be doing this other thing. It's like...
You know how many times I've said, even in this podcast or even off the podcast when we're doing conversation, I'm like, oh, I need to play that.
Yeah,
That's what
I need to play this game. I'm like, oh, Kingdom Hearts. I'm like talking about...
I'm like, dude, yes.
Game I'm so
I've been talking about how I'm going to go through all of those for so long, and then I'm like, no, I'll just play 3. And I haven't done that either.
Just play 3, and dude, you're not going to understand anything with the game if you don't play the other games.
I have, but it was a long time
But I'm
ago.
saying, like, Birth by Sleep.
Oh. Yeah.
If you don't play that, the game will mean nothing to you. If you seriously, it'll mean nothing to you.
No way it'll mean
No! It will! Way. It will mean nothing. They are the central characters in the story. One of them. They're central. You have to know who Ventus, Aqua, and Terra are. Everything about them. You have to know who the villain is, Xehanort. He's established in there. The big ending villain.
I know who Xehanort is.
But he's like, I'm saying they go into so much detail about him. There's other villains from Birth by Sleep who appear in this. You'd have no idea. You'd be like, who the crap is this? That's what people complain about. People, first timers who came in and jumped into 3. I'm not saying you're like them. They come in and they're like, what the frick is half of this stuff? Guardians of Light? What? Time travel? What? I mean, it's still confusing, but at least there's a little bit.
I knew there was time travel.
But there is so much, like...
Just because of you telling me that.
I'm not kidding, dude. There is so much context.
So what you're saying is I have to play Birth by Sleep.
Yes, you do, and that's it. You don't have to play Kingdom Hearts 1. You don't have to play 2 again. You already know what happened. Birth by Sleep is the one with Ventus.
Is that the one with the popsicle?
No, that's 350 over 2 days.
Because I played that. That game's incredible.
That doesn't even have a remake. They just released cutscenes and said, we'll call it a day. And when I first bought that, I was like, what? What?
We'll call it a day.
What? I was like, Nomura, you suck. That's what I was like. You suck. You suck, Nomura. Why did you do this? Why would you take the greatest game in the series, literally the best when it comes to story, not put it on a console remade? It's not that hard. You remade freaking Birth by Sleep. And Birth by Sleep, you want me to be honest with the gameplay? The bosses are so bad. The bosses are terrible. They're horribly designed. Honestly, they don't flinch. Every Kingdom Hearts boss flinches in every other game. There's a thing called revenge value. If you hit them with a couple attacks, they're going to retaliate. But if not, they wait till you attack. They don't just go whoosh, 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 whoosh. They don't just go swinging at you instantly. This isn't Dark Souls. It has a method to the madness. It's so stupid. Honestly, that's what turned me off from the game. I was like, oh, this looks cool. A new challenge. Barely can do anything. You have to use cheese strategies to even win the game. That's literally, you have to spam attacks, grind for hours, and it's not the fun grind, the MapleStory grind where it's just, you got the chill music going on. You're putting these worlds that have no NPCs in them, no extra content. It's just, hey, you go to this world and then for 30 minutes you leave. If you can get past the hour-long boss. Literally, I went to Hollow Bastion. It was in Kingdom Hearts 2. The world was pretty long, and it wasn't long, but it was like an introduction world. And it was still longer than in Birth by Sleep, because you come back a second time. And when you come back a second time, there's another boss. You know, there's a whole event. You got the Battle of 1,000 Heartless. You got a full other castle to explore. There's so much. And then in this game, it's just like, hey, we'll just chuck you in the middle of
Have fun.
have fun. Here's this little story bit, and then you have to replay it again and see the same cutscenes as the same characters. So you'll be a different character, and then you'll see the same cutscene of them arguing with no changes to the dialogue. But the preamble is me saying.
That's quite the
The
preamble.
preamble is me saying. The long-winded, angry preamble is me saying that the game kind of sucks. So you know what? You want me to be honest?
3 sucks?
No, that one.
Oh.
It's. I mean, if you want me to be honest about 3, here's the thing. I'm gonna be real honest with you. It's a bunch of gimmicks. Some of the worlds. Some of the worlds are gimmicks.
Yeah, but you and I disagree on worlds all the time.
Hate
You and I
gimmicks in
disagree.
Kingdom Hearts. I hate. Seriously, I'm the worst person. I'm like,
You hate the Pooh Bear world, and I love Pooh Bear world.
look. That's fine. That's mini games. That's fine.
And also, didn't you say you would skip? Didn't you skip Peter Pan's?
No, I didn't skip his. I skipped.
Which one did you skip?
I skipped Pooh's all the time. But that's
Yeah,
because
dude. There's so many you skipped, and you're like, oh,
it's Winnie the Pooh's.
So
but-
anything. So you might hate it, but I might love it.
Okay, this is not like that though. So I like
Don't spoil.
this. This isn't even a spoiler for the story.
I won't play it before
Yeah,
I'm dead. So
yeah.
who knows?
So I might as well just have a stream called the spoiler stream where I go.
Yeah,
but,
don't do it. Don't do it.
No. What I'm going to say is
To me, anyway.
What I'm going to say is, this is a gameplay thing. This isn't a story thing. It has nothing to do with it. So you got these toy robots that you're forced to jump into, and I was like, oh, maybe I can keyblade the other robots. You know, maybe I have an option, because Kingdom Hearts is always like that, where yeah, there's gimmicks, but you can also like
Opt
fight
out.
it. Yeah, opt out. Fight it with the actual mechanics. Not with this, unless you're like a crazy speedrunner type.
So yours is.
I'm like.
You're upset because you can't choose to use the Keyblade?
So I can't use the Keyblade. The main weapon in the series, I can't do the like. You already have beautiful animations for it. You can already flip around and do amazing things, and it's like, so I'm forced to use the toy robot.
How much? What time are we at right now?
We're at like 37 minutes.
Okay.
But
First off, toy robot sounds weird, but
the toy robot mecha, you jump inside of it and go choo choo choo. I'm like, when I first saw that, I was like, you know, playing along with it for a little bit. I was like, yeah, it's all right. Now that I'm playing it, I'm like, I go from Kingdom Hearts 2 critical mode, where I'm always keyblading it, to this, where I'm sitting here. Like, it's not a bad game. It has its. I heard that, but the combat is bad in some ways. It is kind of bad because
you can't use the Keyblade all the time.
no, it's so floaty. It's extremely floaty. It's
gotcha.
extremely floaty. It's like, it's not even like, barring the gimmicks, like the first world, the Hercules world, one of them, like that was amazing. That I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of 2, the way things play, the way the world is. There was no gimmicks, no nothing. It was just, hey, this is straight you and this world. It felt like a upgrade of 2. I was like, oh, this is amazing. The music's kicking in from 2, the like remastered, reorchestrated. Sora's got that Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit on. He's got his Keyblade. He's running with Donald and Goofy. He's fighting off like dozens of Heartless, protecting people from getting attacked. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, what was I thinking about this game? I was like, why was I?
It sounds sick to me, but
It's
But-
just.
but
And
this
also-
is all. What?
And also, well, no, I'm not. No. I don't.
Don't say too much.
I don't.
I'm just saying. Like
We are completely different. Yes.
we are, and we're also so far
Oh,
off from
yeah,
the
no,
PS4
we're not
conversation
even-
or PS5.
Well, it's Sony series.
There's so much. That's the thing about video games these days. Is there's so many things, and even just recently, now it's kind of like stupid because I'll complain like there's nothing good coming out. Now when we get a bunch of good stuff that I
This
like
is
coming
good
out,
stuff. Yeah.
now I'm like too much stuff because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play it all. So now as I'm getting older, you start to really think about time, and you're like, I'm like, okay, well it's not possible for me to like I could play all these.
Dude,
I'm
you're
not
not.
that old where it's
No,
like there's no way
no.
I'm gonna play all these.
But
But
that's
I'm saying
like.
like I'm not going to.
Same
'Cause
here, dude. Dude. Every time.
you almost have to pick like, am I gonna do single player stuff solely? Because then you could probably do a bunch of it, or am I gonna do other multiplayer games?
I think.
You,
Well.
you can do both, but you gotta.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to. I'm
Well,
not gonna be able to do. I'm
this
not
is.
gonna be able to like. Oh, am I gonna put all this time into Armored Core 6 and then also do Starfield
Yeah, no,
and
dude.
then also do?
That's not even possible. What I would
I'm
do.
not gonna do that.
What I would do if I were you, is just. If you want me to be honest, I'd just go for Armored Core, man. That seems more up your alley. That seems. That seems more your style. This like
Starfield?
you may not. I'm saying like bro, it's a multiplayer game with customization. Probably has a ranked system. When I think of a gamer, I'm like, that's John. That's John and Matt. That's you guys. I'm the guy who's the normie who sits down listening to people talk about stories all day. That's what I do.
Mm.
That's the difference, and work on insane projects that my obsessive mind gets.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how many? That's true, but that is true, and you're right.
Like, there's a difference
I
between you
still
and
want to play one player games sometimes, but it's like I think what you're saying what you're saying is accurate.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna pick a bunch of them to do. I'm gonna pick one every, so often, or rarely I'll pick one
Yeah.
game to play and finish it. One player game.
What you need
So
to do.
I'm not gonna do a bunch of them. I just never will. Like I did Hogwarts Legacy. I beat that in 2 days.
Which I'm.
Well, I beat that in
I was
yeah,
like,
2 days, but I
what?
basically wasn't sleeping. I played like 24 hours.
I'm like, what?
Like, I literally like did it so fast. But that's what I'm saying. Every once in a while, I'll do that. But that is very rare that I do that.
If you want me to be honest, typically when I play games, I play linear. If I'm gonna play solo games, because open world ones just, oh my gosh, some of them drag on. Like some of them are just so. And we've talked about it, but I don't know. If I want to experience a story and I'm not there for just the gameplay, I'll just go for a linear game. I don't want to.
Yeah, I totally agree. I completely think that's a good thing as well. Absolutely. Like I agree with you. Like linear games are nice because you just do it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like I can.
I'm thinking about Final Fantasy 15. What?
I'm saying like I said before with Arkham Asylum, you can just pop in, play it.
Yes,
done,
great game.
done.
Exactly. Same thing with Final Fantasy 15. I bought that. It was $60. I played it for I think I bought it on Steam. I'm actually curious how much time I put into it before I was like, nah. But part of it was because the keyboard controls were so bad. Because I was using keyboard and mouse, and I was like, I didn't really feel like setting up my controller, and I was just like, nah. I think it was on Steam. It might have been on Epic. I think it was Steam. You can keep. I don't know what you were.
Another thing I was gonna say is never let me rant about Kingdom Hearts ever again. Never let me sit there for hours. Though I will get into a rut of the same why isn't it like 2, dang it, why isn't it like 2 or 1? Because now I've even become a little bit kinder to 1, to be honest.
1's incredible.
Like it's just
Look at this. Oh crap.
has a charm to it.
Look at this. 39 minutes. Do you see this?
It's for some reason taking a very long time to load.
Huh. Let me try that again. Try this again.
Come on, Discord. Don't be...
There you go. It's up again.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. 39 minutes. Bro, I can show you stuff that's way more
But it's like,
depressing
dude,
than that.
I have so many games that I bought that I don't ever touch.
Oh
Seven
yeah,
Days to
same,
Die.
same.
Somehow I have more in 7 Days to Die, which is insane. Never play that. Age of Empire Definitive Edition I bought, played 11 minutes, and I was like, wait, this game's way harder than I remember,
Oh
and
dude,
stopped.
it's so hard.
Apex, I've played, that doesn't even include how much I've played. Apex is different, though. It's a battle royale.
Yeah.
I bought
Well,
this. I don't even know why I bought this. I played one round of it, stopped. Awesome Knots, got that for some reason, don't know. Back for Blood. I played this an hour. Full title game. Like, it's like, dude. I played Battle Rise so much. Holy crap. But basically, I have all this stuff. Like, so many games. I mean, you have more games than I do.
I know. Yeah, and
Actually, some of this might be... Some of this might be yours, because I know we Steam... Maybe we don't anymore.
bro, if you want me to be honest, I got a huge backlog too.
It's like I have all these games that I do get and I don't touch. I got Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I played it for 2 hours. And I'm pretty sure that was all like in the first couple of days and I just stopped. It's like Halo Infinite, 32 hours. That's not terrible. Chief Collection, 2 hours. I have the whole Master Chief Collection. I played
yeah,
2
I know,
hours.
dude, and it's like
Which that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
So basically what I'm saying is
you
I played
got-
this with you like once. And we played it that one night.
Yeah, and it was like
And they're making a second one of these because this one failed so hard. So they're making a number 2 already.
Oh,
And
come
saying it's gonna be better.
come on.
Like I have this, I haven't even. It's like I have so much stuff. Tekken, I played 18 hours. Tekken's awesome, but it's like I have so much stuff. Sorry, I probably played a ton. 35.
Well, dude, it's because
That's not that many actually.
it's not that surprising. Same here, dude. It's because we flock to the same games that we like. It's not like we flock to the same ones. That's just how it is. The same, like you're going back to Fortnite, and you got yourself on a Fortnite hook. You got a kick, man. You're on that kick.
I am on the kick, and it's not even that it's okay that I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Why force yourself to go through
I
your
don't know
giant
why.
backlog?
I don't know why I'm like. Yeah, that's a good question.
Why force
I don't know
yourself
why.
to-
I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to play. It's like maybe if I try it, it'll be different.
Dude, it's not going to be different. If it's like I've given plenty of games chances, bro. I've given plenty of games a chance. You can tell by my gigantic library, but I'm just like, I don't have time to play all these games.
Like, yeah,
I don't
I'm listening.
care to play these games. I may have bought them, spent all my money on them, but I don't care. If I don't, for me, if it has no nostalgic property, like if it doesn't harken back to that old style of game design, I'll probably never play it. Like if it doesn't harken back to those days when people would have their blood, sweat, and tears in the game, then I don't really care. Like if you're not gonna pour 100%, if you're not gonna be sleeping in the office, which is a terrible practice, but made some of the best games
Halo?
ever. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you're like
when you compare it to Halo and stuff, you're like,
why would
what
I?
you're saying.
Yeah, why would I want to Why would I want to sit here?
Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't even a new game anymore. It's been out for a
No,
long time.
It's been out for like I remember when I first got it. I was like, my heart was pounding when I saw that disc. I was like, I'm actually gonna get to see it.
I bet.
I'm a grown man in college. I had to wait. It's funny, you guys were in college. That time passed. Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't out. I'm in college, and like now it finally came out, and I'm thinking in my head like, this is insane. And then the story.
You're insane.
The character interactions, they're great. That's one thing. That is one thing I'll give to Kingdom Hearts 3. It has great character interactions. And the worlds past that, dude, they're a blast. I enjoyed the pirate ship gimmick. And I hate gimmicks, but there's one where you like sail a pirate ship. It's like really cool. Does the nostalgic fanboy in me sort of miss the cool anime edginess of the other ones that was there, with all the characters dying and the keyblades are swinging and flying around. And yeah, I miss it. I kind of miss that anime style of dialogue, the anime style look, the kind of cel shaded look, and that drew me into Kingdom Hearts, was the painted kind of look to it. Like, so many people say, "Oh, the worlds look flat." I'm like, these look amazing. They look more like, I'm sick of games looking photorealistic, bro. I'm so tired of it.
I would definitely agree with
I'm
you. I
so
definitely agree with you
tired.
on
Like,
that.
it makes me bored.
Oh, you're about to buy Starfield, which is like so realistic looking.
But like, that's Bethesda. That's something I can make an excuse for with the nostalgia, because they actually give me something I like. They don't just give me something where I'm like, oh, I'll play it for a little bit.
Dude, so from what you're saying, me getting a PS4 would be stupid.
A PS5. Well, the only reason
PS5.
why I'm saying it is because it's gonna be the same cycle, man. It's gonna be the same cycle where they have their little system, they put it out, and then they forget about it completely, stop supporting it, and then forget about it. Like, it's just, that's part of why I stopped. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to buy something that costs the same price as a GPU and a.
That is accurate.
That's why I was like, that's why I started getting tired of it, because things started getting. I was like, wait a minute, this is $500. I was like, I could just buy a GPU.
That's true.
That's the price.
Although I would play Spider-Man.
That's it. Like, that's, and you know what's funny?
Like, is that worth $400?
And that's, you know what's funny? I thought that too, and then I was like, you know what? I can't, bro. When the Spider-Man PS4 came out for PC, I was like, that was the final nail in the coffin. That was the last nail, because
so I was just wait for it to come to PC, basically.
Yeah, I can just play it, and not only that, it runs phenomenally. They poured their heart into this thing. They didn't just say, "Oh, let's just slap it on PC." They were like, "We are making this," and they're like, "We are making this and actually pouring time into it, so it's not laggy." I never had a single frame drop.
Nothing. Dude, not including you can't play Steam games on your consoles, can you?
No, not at all. No.
So it's like
you're limited.
There goes my whole library.
Yeah, there goes your entire library that you bought.
It's like, yeah, like, so really there's no. Dude, I'm kind of just locked into PC, which I'm glad.
There's no jumping. There's no jumping ship, and the reason why I firmly
switch. I was just not that I would be like, I'm switching.
Dude, everyone has the thought. It's like me with game engines. I always have the thought where I'm like, I don't want to use Unity. I hate Unity so much, and then I end up using Unity anyways, because Unity is flexible and doesn't suck.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because I'm constantly trying to go for the McDonald's version. Can I do a little bit less work? Come on. Can I do a little bit? It's like, but at the end of the day, your product's going to be like everything else. If you just choose the other engine, it's just going to be, oh, this is a game made on this engine. Or back in the day, this was a game made in RPG Maker. It's like, what? Let's think about what happens at the end. Either way, if I'm going there, I'm making an art piece. If I'm using Unity, I'm making an actual game. RPG Maker games, I'll say it to you here, audiences. You know how you love all those games? They're not video games. They're art pieces. That's all they are. They're visual novels. Adventure games. That's all they are. You and your Undertale. I'm saying, like, in comparison to games that have, like, innovative mechanics and stuff, like full combat, these games are not, in my opinion, it's not really, like, it is a game, but I'm saying, like, there is so much more you could do. So much more you could do.
Part of that is, I don't know, I disagree.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if I'd say... Not that you were trashing them.
Like, I'm not trying to trash. I'm saying, like,
it's like they are video games. I mean,
it is a video game, but it's like, I'm saying it all is going to feel the same in some way. Like, that's one complaint people have had with those engines. They're like, oh, all these games feel like they play the same. Like, they all
like they're more limited.
It's
obviously.
and I get it. Working within limitations can be pretty fun.
And I do get what you're saying, where it's like more of an art piece kind of thing.
But that's what it is. That's what it is at the end of the day. I used to be like, I used to be a real staunch supporter of going for that as your first option. I'm like, you want to go for that? Go ahead. But now, if you really want to, like, it doesn't mean
dude,
it's not fun to work with, but,
Dude, I totally agree with you. That doesn't make sense. But, well, I mean, I wouldn't totally say that, but I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying is like, I've thought about it. I've been like, that engine was fun for me to use, but it's like, and before I'm gonna end this preamble here, but back to what we were saying. It's like you can settle for this, or you can settle for something great. That's the thing. You can settle for something that requires less work.
So that's all getting to.
Yes, that's where this is getting to.
Dude, but you okay? I get what you're saying, and this is just I'm probably just being like petty, being a baby about it. But like, can you see this?
Yes.
Look at this, dude. Okay, so I'm in the game. Watch when I exit this menu. I'm at 54 frames per second in the menu. 56. Nothing's happening. So then it'll be like, okay, it stays at 60. But if I open this up, drop it back. Okay, well, you stay here for a little bit and then come back. 49. How? I opened a menu. So it's like I'm just saying like that wouldn't be happening on a PlayStation.
Yeah, but
that probably wouldn't even be happening on my PS4, frankly.
That wouldn't be happening on your laptop.
So look, I'm on the performance lower graphic quality. Like I'm in the lowest of low. Like look at these graphics. Color blind strength. That's weird. Like what's this? Do you know what this is? 3D resolution.
For some reason, it froze, and I can't even see. Like you didn't freeze, but the screen froze, and I can't even.
It's working so poorly.
Yeah, Discord is acting weird. But what I'm saying is
like look at this. What is 3D resolution? Is that?
That is the. Yeah, no, that affects things, dude. If that's high, that's gonna make things. That's gonna make things.
Because everything's low besides that. Off.
Yeah, dude.
I obviously want to see far.
That makes higher geometry, though. That makes it so the polys are way higher, which
so you're saying
makes the performance way down, bro.
Really? So you think that's the problem?
Oh, dude, that's gonna that you have it at 100%. At 100, it's like hyper detailed. I was wondering why I was looking at your stuff and it looked so good sometimes when you were playing the game. I was like, he's at low settings. I'm like, the models look fine. So it looks like you.
So that's it then. Oh, 54 though.
It's dude.
Well, they did say it doesn't. They said it doesn't affect the main menu.
Yeah, and it's.
Wait, they say the main menu or the?
You gotta bring it down, dude. You gotta bring it down. You gotta take the hit, man. This is gonna make the models
affect the main
look
menu, yeah.
terrible.
Like how bad do you think?
Bro, just try it.
Okay, I'll just exit. I'll just exit in the middle of it. I'm just curious.
Just try it. I would laugh a little bit to see how much it does.
And it could be a lesson for the.
And I'm gonna be honest, dude.
Fortnite.
Do you have any idea how many games I've emulated that were at like 15 frames per second? I was happy enough to get like 30 back in my day, boy.
If I was playing something else, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's like.
And it's not even so much that.
It's
more that it drops because it stutters and it throws me off.
Which is annoying. You'd think that.
Which in Fortnite, it's like, dude, you blink at the wrong time and you're dead in a build fight, you know?
It's boy, you gotta.
Which I can't even really call it build fights for me. It's more like I build some ramps.
Yeah, 100%. So you got 100% as your 3D resolution.
I didn't realize. I guess I'm stupid. I didn't realize that was.
Also, remember back in the Minecraft days when we'd reduce our render distance?
That looks way worse.
Yeah, I'm saying that's. And guess what? that also affects performance, your render distance, because
Look, but why is it okay? Look, 20 frames per second.
what is
It's
happening?
definitely more steady than it was.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, 48.
Bro, at least it's not 30. I had to deal with 20s to 30s back in the day, man. 20s to 30s.
Obviously, when you drop, I think in general it.
Like, I mean, do you remember Warzone? How unstable Warzone 1 was?
Oh, but I still had better. I wasn't like.
How? Dude, mine half the time would crash or not even
It
render.
wasn't frame issues. It was just other issues.
Like, I could barely even play the game. I couldn't even see
I think
things.
that, like, obviously on the drop, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be like. Obviously on the drop, it's gonna be like, I just want to move around a little bit. I also still have it at like pretty. Always lower it even more.
Yeah, bro. Fortnite is. Yeah, that's. What even are my settings on Fortnite? I don't even know.
What are you? That would be something I'm curious about.
Yeah.
It feels more stable.
Cause if mine are high, then I must have a computer that just somehow.
I am very curious. I'm very curious what yours is. That is a very valid point.
Like, I'm curious as to what my settings are. Okay, so anyways, we're already at like an hour. So
Are we?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're at like an hour and 1 minute. So, anyways, that was probably the most ramble-filled fest of an episode.
At least you talked about some good stuff.
I know what I'm titling this as.
We convinced me not to get a PS4, which is positive, or PS5.
Ramble Fest? Yeah, that's what I was going to title the episode. Rambles. This is literally I'm honoring this episode because I always talk about how we ramble in the description, but this was Rambles the episode. Anyways, God bless, folks.
God bless.
Thank you for surviving through this episode.
We're prepared, and it won't happen. So
this episode was very, very rambly. So we'll see you later.